quad tip, blue tip, or Rev Battle. I need my little snacky. There's no such thing as too loud. What is up, guys? So I got my friend Jeremy's car here with this, what is this, a 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
A 2020 Civic SI, and today we're going to be doing an exhaust install. What exhaust did you get?
MAPerformance, the quad tip, blue tip.
Alright, we got the MAPerformance quad tip, blue tip exhaust. I watched a couple of videos on how to install this exhaust. Doesn't look too bad. There's a couple of things I'm not a big fan of. We got the exhaust out here laid out. We got all the pieces laid out here. One thing I'm not going to be a big fan of is this piece right here. We're going to have to put this piece around here and then tighten it up to connect to the other exhaust piece. So this part might be a little annoying since they don't really intersect with each other very well. All together, it might be poking out a little bit too much. We might have to do some adjustments there, but we'll figure that out. First things first is we're going to first have to get his car up on jack stands. We're going to do some movie magic real quick, and then next time you see this car, I'll be on jack stands. Alright? Alright, and we're back. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go underneath the car and take off all the under panel. Lucky for us, Jamie's actually already missing half of his under panel because he got a used car. So this should be pretty easy. It looks like all we're going to have to do is we're going to just have to take off this piece right here. And then we can just take a look underneath the car. I think we're going to have to take off this whole piece of the exhaust that connects all the way up here. So we're going to take this under panel off. We're going to take a look over there. I think there's just 3 bolts here, a hanger here, 4 more hangers over there. And then this whole exhaust piece comes off as one piece. Alright boys, we finally got the old exhaust out. It took us about maybe an hour and a half maybe. It's like 3 bolts and like, I don't know how many hangers, like 7 hangers. So we finally took it out. It took us a while. The bolts weren't too hard. The hangers, they're the worst part. We could not get those hangers off. It was awful. So we got here the old exhaust. Honda decided to just make one giant long piece of exhaust here. I don't know, usually in most cars I feel like they have a cutoff point right here and they have 2 separate pieces, but Honda was like, no, we're just gonna make one huge piece right here. And we got the 2 huge mufflers right here, and we got the HDMI port right here. And then if you guys are wondering, we got hangers on this side, so 1 on each side here, so that's 2. We got 2 here, so that's 4, another 2 right here. That's 6, and then we have 1 last hanger over here. And then the only other thing holding up this exhaust is 3 bolts right here. And now we have this new exhaust piece. We kind of laid it out. We're pretty sure this is the way it's going to go in. So we have this piece right here that we're going to mount up first. Similar to that, just the 3 bolts here. This is going to connect to here and be held tight with this band right here. We got the hanger. Alright, and now we got this piece right here. So this is the piece I was talking about earlier that I'm not really a fan of. So usually in most exhaust systems they have 2 pieces here, and one's usually smaller so they can slide into each other. But in this case they're both the same size. So the only thing we got holding these 2 together is this band right here. So we're going to have to put this band between these 2. The only thing that's going to be a problem here is we don't really know how far forward or backwards we're going to need to have these exhausts together. So the reason this matters is because when we put this exhaust together, depending on how we set up this part, the exhaust at the end is either going to be too far back or too far forward. So what I'm actually thinking is we might just hold this part off for later, and we're actually going to hang this part up first, get the exhaust centered to where we want it to be centered, make sure it's aligned good, and then we'll put this part on last, and then we'll have this perfectly aligned so we don't have to worry about how far forward or backwards we need to put this piece. And yeah, so that's about it. There's this last piece right here. This connects to here, and then this piece that gets put on by the hangers. And then we got the blue tip, quad tip exhaust right here. I think we told you guys, what was the full name of the exhaust? Street something? Race exhaust?
The MAPerformance street exhaust.
MAPerformance street exhaust, race exhaust, quad tip, blue tip. I don't know, it'll be in the video title probably. We're going to put in that part piece in the back first. Probably that piece in the middle because it has on a hanger, and then we'll put on this piece after that so we can get the exhaust centered where we want it to be, make sure it's aligned where it wants, and then we're going to put this middle piece on last. I think that might be the way to do it, but if it's not, I'll let you guys know and maybe we're wrong. Alright boys, we underneath the car. As you can see, we got no exhaust down here right now. This is the hanger I was talking about earlier, the one in the middle, and the rest of the hangers are going to be down there. So this is the piece that's bolted in with 3 bolts. There's 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom down here. Might be a little hard to see. Looks like a goddamn bazooka. Alright boys, so we finished putting in that far piece in the front, and then we just mounted up the exhaust here on the hangers. We just make sure We have the exhaust where we want it to be, a line sticking out as much poke as we want. Of course, there's still gonna be a little bit of play when we're tightening all the bolts and everything. So we're just gonna put this last piece in and then tighten everything up, start up the car, make sure there's no leaks, and then we should be good. Oh boy, we got myself some McDonald's. Gotta get a little snack while you're working, boys. Don't forget to eat. You gotta eat your breakfast. Most important meal of the day.
Does that take two?
Thank my boy Nate for bringing us McDonald's. He had to go in reverse because his car is right. Left-hand drive, right-hand drive. I forget, man. I can't think straight anymore. All right, I'll eat my little snacky and then finish this up. All right, boys, we finished everything. We got the whole exhaust installed, everything tightened up. It looks pretty good. We got a good gap, a little bit of a good gap right here. So I think it should be okay. One little tip I want to give to you guys if you're installing this on your own. The only thing I would have you guys worry about is this part right here. When we first put it on, it was actually pointed down. So this metal piece right here was hanging down a little bit. So we just adjusted it more to the side so it'll be hanging down so it doesn't catch anything while he's driving. But everything else looks fine. That's the only one tip I'll give you guys. If you guys are working with this piece, just try to put it to the side a little bit so it doesn't hang straight down. Doesn't maybe catch on anything while you're driving. All right, so the only thing left to do is to turn the car on, go underneath, check for any leaks, put the under panel back on, and that's it, we're done. All right, boys, so we finished installing the exhaust. Now there's one last thing we have to do, and that's we're gonna have a Rev Battle here, all right? Over on this side, we got a Honda 4-cylinder turbo engine, and over on this side, we got a Porsche 4-cylinder turbo engine, all right? Who's the winner of the 4-cylinder turbo engines, all right? Now this guy, he's got an aftermarket MAPerformance race exhaust, quad tip, blue tip exhaust, whatever you say. Over here I got my stock exhaust, all right? We're gonna see which one's better, all right? So you guys be the judge. Leave down in the comments below which one you guys think sounds better. All right?
I'm gay. I'm gay.
So that was the Rev Battle. You guys let me know which one you guys think sounded better. I think next week, Jeremy over here, he got himself a air intake too, so we're gonna have to help him install that too. I gotta be doing everything over here. So my boy Nate over here, he's got an R33 Skyline. This man, he's been deciding if he wants to get an exhaust or not. I'm telling you guys, get 10 likes on this video, I'll convince him to get an exhaust. We'll install it at my house too. This man's over here complaining, saying, I don't want an exhaust, it's gonna be too loud. I'm like, boy, that's the reason you get an exhaust. That's the whole point. There's no such thing as too loud. Hopefully you get 10 likes on this video. You guys already know it. You gotta that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. All right, see you guys later. Peace.